All right, y'all come on in and take a seat in this area. Guys, just a couple things to explain, and we all put right here. Good morning. Perfect, Cassie. Perfect. No assassinating today, but it will be just as interesting. All right. So, hey, all these tables, but don't get tied to your seat. You're going to be up and moving around. Second chair, be in the second chair. Ryland, one to everybody. Thank you. So, Chromebooks for starters are not going to be used. Okay, so you shut it, whatever, leave it in your space. Even as we float around, you don't need to take it with you. Chromebooks are for the back half of the hour. Here's what we're going to do today. Welcome to the Bacon County High School Theater. You are here at the production of Unit 2B, Road to the Civil War through Reconstruction. How many of you have ever been to an actual theater play before? Actually, there is one premiering at the Bacon Theater tonight. I didn't even really make that connection. Little Mermaid at the Bacon Theater. Is anybody going to go? Anybody have a friend in it? Anybody in it? Y'all in it? You have friends in it? Okay, so that's cool, right? It's here. Well, we're at the Bacon County High School Theater, and this is your playbill. Should you ever find your way to Broadway, Miss Dowd, you go to Broadway this weekend? But you went last time, so she went to New York City this past weekend. Should you ever find yourself on Broadway, there's a program they're going to hand you. It's actually called a playbill. And the logo looks like this, and then whatever the show is, is inside of the production, inside the playbill. Well, you're at Bacon County High School, and your production is called Road to the Civil War through Reconstruction. What I'm about to do is give you several things here. Let me get situated. What I'm about to do here is give you a character card. For example, this might be a character card you received. This is General Robert E. Lee. While you're carrying this character card, you are General Robert E. Lee. Now, you're going to pass around the character cards. You're going to be a lot of different characters in the next 20 or so minutes. I really don't know exactly how long this will take. This class is a little bit smaller than my fourth block, so we'll just see how long it takes us. But here's the deal. I want you to imagine you're at the theater. And before the show starts, a lot of times the audience might mingle around with each other. Let's imagine it's something like an award show, like the Grammys or the Oscars as well, right? Like, oh, hey, you were lovely in your production this past year, right? The audience is mingling with each other. But you're going to mingle as this character. So I want you to embrace the theatrics a little bit and be this character. Now, you might say, I'm not sure I remember all these characters that were in. Guess what? If you peek inside the folder here, a little bit of cheat sheet. And it actually says, hello, my name is General Robert E. Lee. So what I'd like for you to do is try to come off the top of your head as much as possible. Hello, my name is General Robert E. Lee, and I was the lead general for the Confederate Army. But if you need a little bit of help, here's some of the extra characteristics of each person. Some of them actually have a picture. If it's a person, it actually has a picture. So you might challenge your classmates by walking around like this. And that means, of course, they would have to know who this is. Now, if they're like, who are you? You can swap it around and do it like this, right? When you meet someone else, let me get another card here. Oh, this is a good one. When Robert E. Lee meets General Grant, I want them to have a conversation with each other. Oh, good evening, General Grant, my mortal enemy. We meet again. And I want you to make sure you said enough according to the back of the card. Have some fun with it. Be a little silly with it. But make sure you hit the key statistics as well. Does that make sense? The key attributes as well. So walking around like this is how you say who you are. You mingle, you meet the other person, and you have a conversation. After you've had a conversation, and I'll be floating around as well, I'm not putting rules on it like you got to talk for 1 minute. I want you to just have enough of a conversation that you and your partner have gone over this vocab term. After you do that, you're going to get this person's, flip the page over, autograph. This is where the pen comes in. So I want you to autograph like General Ulysses S. Grant. And you receive the autograph of General Robert E. Lee. There's 30 blanks on here. We're going to mingle for a while. 30 blanks on here. You're going to collect 30 autographs. I think this is the fun part of the activity. Get swoopy with your cursive. Sign like a baseball player. Chicken scratch in a way you can't even read it, right? Collect 30 autographs. I'm going to be a character as well. I'm going to float the room just like, actually, I'm going to stay right here. If you're ever stuck and maybe you don't have a partner right then, you can come and visit me because I'm going to be a character as well. I'll be signing autographs as well. And that is, so that is the heart of the game. Now, I want to explain that not everybody is a person. Some of these attributes are, for example, a battle. I hope this one jumps out at you already, right? A battle. Picture of the battle, even, right? You could take it from the perspective of, now, can you be a battle? Maybe you're someone who's at the battle. Oh, boys, when I was fighting at Appomattox, let me tell you about it. You can be someone who's at the battle, or if it's something like, go this one. If it's something like something that came out of Congress, you can be a supporter of it. I'm a supporter of the Kansas-Nebraska Act. So you can personify it a little bit in that way. Does that make sense? You can't be an act, but you can be a person who supports that act. So again, have fun with it. I'm going to start some background music, and it's going to be something that we just run with from there. I think the autograph side of it is the most fun that you guys will have, make it interesting. That's why I said, get swoopy with your cursive and scratch it out like a professional athlete. Have some fun with that. I got some notes here. I just want to make sure I said everything. The goal is to get 30, okay? And I'll just kind of see how time goes. But this is 30 blocks. So if you fill this up, that's all of them. For the size of this class, we are smaller. There's about, 24 of us. Then I have cards. So I'm going to cycle some in and out. Don't you worry about that. Don't you worry about that. If I tell you hey, trade me, just go with it, okay? I'm going to swap some cards in and out to make sure all the cards get into the game. And then finally, this is the last attribute of the game. We're going to, Gigi and I, for example, we're going to quiz each other, and then we're going to trade. Okay, so she was Grant, but then we trade each other. Thank you for continuing to demonstrate with me. We trade with each other, and that's how each person is going to get a lot of practice. You're not just General Grant the whole time. That would mean you only memorize General Grant. I want you to swap it around and be as many characters as possible inside of this 30 minutes. So, any questions before I hand out the card? Ryland has been for 3 minutes now. I do not have John Wilkes Booth. So, Ryland makes a great point. Great point. These are things you're going to see tomorrow. Okay, wink, wink. These are things you're going to see on an exam. These are things you might see on an EOC. I love teaching the assassination of Abraham Lincoln. You need to know he was assassinated. Believe it or not, John Wilkes Booth is not one of our core vocabs. I know you won't forget him, but he's not one of our core vocabs. So every now and then I teach a class that might not show up on the test. That's because I want to teach you important things. Does that make sense? Question?
So I go to the say what I am and not what I get.
Yeah, so let's do a quick interaction. Hello, my name is General Ulysses S. Grant, and I don't remember anything else about him, but I can open this up to see, I am the leader of the Union Army. I was named leader of the Union Army after several other generals were fired by President Lincoln. I hope you can remember some of this, but if you can't, it's all right there. And this is where, hey, round one, I know kids, you're gonna feel a little awkward. Round two, you're gonna start to get into it. Round 3 and 4, I think, some of you theatrical folks are gonna be cutting up and having some fun with it, okay? Did I answer your question? Okay, any other outstanding questions? All right, I'm gonna start passing these out. And all you need to do is walk around with your playbill, a pen. You can have your study guide. That's why I asked you to bring it. If you need to reference your study guide, you may. However, the cheat sheet is also right there. And as soon as everybody has one, I will let us get started.
That's enough.
Don't break it.
Again, I got more cards than we have people, so I will be cycling them in and out.
I got that over.
Even got the hat on. All right. Go ahead and stand up. Stand up.
Hey, my name's Edward.
Stand up. I know you're probably going to start with the person that's right next to you. That's fine. Have your interaction and then keep mingling around. If you need a partner, raise your hand till you find a partner. Have your interaction. Come back and keep having more interactions. Here you go. Perfect. Find yourself a partner and go.
I don't really agree with that.
So, now if you're not a person, your autograph, just autograph the vocab word. I know you're not a person, but that's good question. You signed their paper.
Making sure I got a full.
That's right. All right, I think you're kind of through your first interaction, so if you need another partner, raise your hand, meet up with someone else who needs a partner, and go from there. If your name is not a person, it's okay. Still autograph the vocab word, like autograph Vicksburg, autograph Gettysburg, whatever that may be.
You got A and L, that's all you need. What's somebody else?
Oh, you didn't trade. You're supposed to trade. Yeah, please trade. Oh, hello, greetings, President Johnson.
Hello.
I'm glad to see you. You're not my favorite president, but I'm still in the army, so.
Turn around.
General, this is me. This is why I have a grumpy face. This guy, yeah, do you remember what I did? If you're the president, you don't remember what I did? I am known for the Battle of Atlanta. Right, you live in Georgia, don't you? You live in Georgia. Known for the Battle of Atlanta. What did we do in Atlanta?
Did that like a big old shooting like the
What am I doing?
railroad tracks.
That's right. Atlanta was known for its railroad track. So what did I do to Atlanta?
Cut them off.
Cut them off. I circled them, and then once they surrendered, what did I do to them?
Lit it on fire.
Lit it on fire, burned it to the ground.
Well-
and then let's talk about me for a second. And then where did I go? March
To the sea.
to the sea. And what did I do along the way?
Did you burn everything up?
Everything of military necessity that the Southerners could use to wage war. Why? We wanted to bring them to their knees. We wanted to make them quit the war. And the March to the Sea, me, it's a grumpy face right there. Me, that's the reason they quit the war. So I made it all the way to Savannah, and I said, President Lincoln, I got a Christmas present for you. It's the city of Savannah. You're welcome. General Sherman's March to the Sea. Tell me about yourself.
I'm President Andrew Jackson. I was
President,
Andrew Johnson.
he is correct.
I was Vice President of Lincoln, and then Lincoln got killed. So then I was moved into office. But then I got impeached because I tried to fire one of Lincoln's workers that he had
Yes,
fired.
you did. And a lot of people were not a fan of you because of that. What law did you break? What law?
Wasn't it like the
Tougher name. That's why I'm going over it.
I'm Carol. So, I am one of the.
Radical Reconstruction?
Radical Republicans fired you over right there.
Oh,
idea of.
How do you say that word?
Tenure.
Tenure of office.
Yeah, basically it means once you're in office, you can't get fired. But you decided to fire the dude, so what happened to
I got
you?
it.
But not,
Removed.
you weren't removed. You weren't removed. I think you made it should have been, might have should have been.
I probably should have been.
Yeah, but you weren't.
Because I don't
And-
understand why president wanted to put me into office. Because I'm a Democrat and he's a Republican.
That's a great point. You were a Democrat, but why did you make it onto the ticket then?
Because he wanted to be together.
Yeah, kind of showing unity. You're a Southern Democrat. He's a Northern Republican. And if you are the president and the vice president, it kind of shows unity, which really that's what Lincoln was always after. Always
that all
after. Anyway, hey, it's a great conversation we had. Can I get your autograph, Mr. President?
Yeah.
Can I get your autograph?
Hold on.
And I'll give you my autograph. as well.
AJ, that's what I'm gonna do. I need a pen. I got a pen. Is it AJ? Okay.
There you go. W.T. Sherman, war is hell.
AJ.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Good interaction. Now, I'm not going to trade with you, but in the future, you trade every single time. There you go. Go find another partner. You look good. You look good. Here, take a bow. Take a bow. You looking good? You looking good? You like this activity? Here, tell my camera. Tell my camera. You like this activity? Yeah, are you learning some stuff? Just key vocab? Is this better than just... No, we don't. Go away, Thea. Is this better than just lecturing in class? Good.
Thea! Come here. Ooh, I know who that was. That was.
If you haven't moved yet, you need to find another partner. Need to find another partner. Quiz, quiz, trade. Quiz, quiz, trade. I'm signing autographs up here as well.
This was the easiest one.
What you got?
That was agency.
Caused a lot of people to do what? Caused states to do what?
You're crazy.
Caused states to start seceding because they thought Lincoln was going to abolish slavery right away.
Come here.
Hello, Mr. Scott. I would love to have a conversation with you. It's my pleasure to make your acquaintance. Well, why are you sad?
Because I can't be free.
Yeah, probably one of the worst Supreme Court decisions ever. Tell me about it.
Well, they said that slaves were property and not citizens.
But weren't you in a free state? You were in free soil?
Yep, I said no.
And they said slaves are property, not, I'll make you feel like you weren't even a person.
I doubt it.
That's a poor Supreme Court decision. Do you know how we fix this poor decision?
Emancipation.
Well, so Emancipation Proclamation frees slave and rebelling states, but it's going to take an amendment. You remember which of the three amendments?
Oh, wait. Is the citizenship, is it
Yeah.
14 or 15?
What's the phrase? 3 words.
I don't know.
Free, citizen, vote. So it's 14. Yes, 14th Amendment overturns the Dred Scott decision. That is
How
right.
are you?
Well, I'm General William Tecumseh Sherman. Can't you tell? Resembles. Do you remember what I'm known for? Well, you live in Georgia. No, Dred Scott doesn't, but you live in Georgia. So how did I affect Georgia? Battle of Atlanta. What did I do at the Battle of Atlanta?
I don't know.
Ooh,
Did
okay.
you use transportation?
Well, why does Atlanta matter?
Because there was a big transport.
That's right. That's right. Atlanta's the hub of transportation in the South. So what did I do to Atlanta? What am I doing with my hand?
Surrounded.
Surrounded it, yeah. And once they surrendered, what did I do? Lighter.
Go. Let's go.
The lighter.
The lighter,
You know,
burn it up to the
burn.
ground.
Burned it down to the ground. Down to the ground. That's right. And then after I burned Atlanta, where did I walk next?
March to sea.
March to the sea is right. And what did I do along the way?
I don't know, you was just destroying it.
Everything. Yeah. Why?
Because you were mad.
Me, I'll be honest. I wasn't mad, but I wanted the war to be over. I wanted to end the war. I wanted to break the Southern morale, and I did. I mean, that's why I did. I wasn't trying to kill people, but I was trying to take away their ability to make war, and I did. Good sir, can I get your autograph? I would love to have your autograph. This is my page right here, and I'll sign yours.
Vicksburg.
All right, remember, good sir, war is hell.
Thank you.
War is hell. I'm not going to trade with you, but you just keep on keeping on. I'm gonna swap hats. Oh, I'm gonna swap hats. There you go. Good day. Oh, you key. Why are you a key? I can't remember. Why are you a key?
Key is war.
You are the key to the war. You must be Vicksburg. Vicksburg? I recall President Lincoln said Vicksburg is the key to winning the war. The war cannot be brought to a close until the key is in our pocket.
I mattered so much because I was on the dam of the Mississippi River.
That is why you
control
matter.
the Mississippi River. You control pretty much the U.S.
Pretty much everything, yeah. And it would cut, so I'm a Confederate leader. That would cut the Confederacy in half. So Vicksburg, super important. Who wins? Who wins the siege of Vicksburg?
Union.
That's right. Yeah, it is a Union victory, which means
July 4th too.
that's right. On July 4th is exactly right. What's the
It was
word?
turning point.
What's the word you have to remember about Vicksburg? What do you associate?
Turning
with?
point?
Yeah, it is a turning point, but how can you remember Vicksburg's?
The key.
Yeah, the key. But how about the geographic location?
Oh, 30. No, it's the other one.
River.
I was gonna say 36.
What is it? Say it.
What, 3630?
Oh,
The river? The Mississippi River.
Mississippi River. Yeah. If a question says Mississippi River, it's talking about Vicksburg. Okay, I don't care how the question is phrased beyond that. If it says Mississippi River, it is talking about the Battle of Vicksburg. Well, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I am General Robert E. Lee. I was in the United States Army for 30 years. So you might say, well, how come you were wearing a dress? Well, actually, believe it or not, President Lincoln offered me command of the Union Army. But I'm from Virginia. And when Virginia seceded, I went with my state. I broke my oath of allegiance. And I turned my back on my country, and I became the top general in the Confederate Army. Fought a lot of battles. To be honest, I lost a lot of men. A lot of people really liked me, but kind of looking back on my track record, I really lost a lot of battles. And ultimately, I am the one who surrendered 28,000 men that really brought the war to a close. Do you remember where I surrendered?
What is it like?
The A word.
Appomattox?
Appomattox. Yeah, I surrendered.
Where would that be at, Appomattox? I know that's a place.
It's in Virginia. That's a good question. So I fought in Virginia most of my life. Now I did fight at Gettysburg as well. That's going into the north. But a lot of my fighting happened in Virginia. Good sir, can I get your autograph?
Yes.
I would love to have your autograph. And I'll give you mine. Here's my autograph right here. You're Vicksburg. I'm Robert E. Lee. I'm hearing good conversations. I think it's working. You probably have 5 or 6 by now. 5 or 6. Thank you. I appreciate that. I've got 3 autographs. I need a partner, probably. Oh, hello, good friend. Frederick Douglass. Well, this is going to be an interesting conversation because I'm Robert E. Lee. Go ahead and tell me about yourself.
Hello, I'm Frederick Douglass. I escaped slavery and spent the rest of my life speaking and writing about the horrors of slavery. I'm an abolitionist, someone who wants to abolish or completely get rid of slavery.
Abolitionist, and I am a Southern plantation slave owner. So this is an interesting conversation. Now, of course, as a Southerner, I went with the Confederates, and I'm really known for being leader of the Confederate Army. Crazy thing though, I served in the United States Army for 30 years, and it kind of means I turned my back on my country. So some people in the South, they love me. They love me so much. But realistically, I was a traitor. I was a traitor to my country. And quite frankly, I lost a lot of battles. Some people think I was a great general. I really lost a lot of battles, to include the final surrender. Do you remember where that was?
Appomattox.
Appomattox, that's right. I surrendered to Grant at Appomattox. Can I get your autograph? This is my page. This is your page.
What am
All right, Abby, I'm going to swap you cards. I'm going to let you get these first. I was Sherman. That's right. To you. There you go. All right, I'm looking for Gettysburg.
Oh, you can take paper back.
Oh, yeah, that's mine. That's yours. There you go. I am available for conversation.
They burnt down Atlanta. And then all the way to the city.
You coming to me? Oh, there's here, we'll go picture on picture here. That is a wild look you have in your eye there. You almost look like Moses. What's your name, young man? Old man?
I am John Brown.
You are John Brown. Tell me about yourself.
I led a raid against slave owners.
Oh, Logan, you're putting your impromptu acting to work here. I like that. Yeah, you take skit classes, right? Good for you. All right, keep going.
I was hanged and I was a mercenary to a boss man. I am an embodiment.
You are an abolitionist. That's right. Now, were you a part of the Civil War?
I was linked to the Civil
You
War.
were a lead up to the Civil War. Is exactly right. And let me see your picture. That you look like him? That's it. That's it right there. All right. Do you know who I am based on my picture?
General Sherman.
Sherman is exactly right. And which battle was I most known for?
You were known for the Battle of Atlanta.
Is exactly right. And you live in Georgia, so you should remember that. After we burned Atlanta to the ground, where did I go next?
March to the Sea.
March to the sea. And what did I do along the way?
You want to end the war.
Yeah, I wanted to end the war. That's right. So I burned everything of military value: crops, barns, railroad tracks. Tore up all the railroad tracks I could find. Just wanted to end the war. Wanted to bring the Southern morale to the bottom. And we did. We really ended the war because of the March to the Sea. Well, young man, can I get your autograph?
Sure.
Thank you. This is my page. Where's your page? There you go.
March to the DC.
All right, remember, war is hell. War is hell. I'm actually going to swap you out here. I'm going to put this one into the game. There you go. You're now the Battle of Fort Sumter. All right, I am available. No, we've already talked. We've already talked. Go find somebody else. I am available for conversation. I want to make sure this cycle through.
Won by the rebel Confederate. Well, 18.
Y'all having a conversation? Okay. That's a real important part of it. We haven't talked yet. We need to. I am available. Oh, hello. Who are you?
Hi, that's Scott.
You are Greg Scott. Please make your acquaintance. Will you tell me about yourself?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a state. I have my own something in three states.
So, because you're free state, you should be free.
Yes, sir, of course.
What?
I'm a state.
What happened?
There's a people who against me and did this to the
Property, that's trash. I mean, in plain speak, that's trash.
only because of my face, you look as a state.
I think it's because of your skin color.
Yeah.
But the face, I'm color isn't helping.
Yeah.
So, it's important. You understand why it established that slave.
Mathematics. I
Right.
was awarded a little bit after
That'd be 40.
President
Or it could be called shot.
the Confederacy
All
prayer.
right, let me take off a second. Remember, you recognize my face?
And if you don't have to
All right.
Good.
I actually have part of the. I surrounded it, that's right. And then after that, what did I do? So you said you're right. And what did I do from that whole 200 miles? That's right. What did I do? I like looking at people and be nice. Good sir, can I get your autograph? Get my autograph. This is my autograph page.
This is my
There we go. Oh, you're doing good. William Tecumseh Sherman.
Oh my God, I was signing this one.
Remember, war is hell. War is hell. Madam Vicksburg, it looks like. Well, you're probably at Vicksburg. Tell me. My buddy, I love General Grant. That's right. What is the, so you say key, what is the key word? Yeah, it's a siege. I'm thinking the M word. M word, yeah. That's right. You got it. Vicksburg is on the Mississippi River. Exactly right, and that is what is important about the Battle of Vicksburg. Well, let me tell you about myself. General Sherman, you recognize my face? Kind of a rough face. Do you remember what I'm known for? Got a lot of Georgia history, right? We live in Georgia, so tell me, what did I do in Georgia? That's right. Before that, what city did I surround? Atlanta. Yeah, and after I surrounded it, they surrendered. What did I do to it? Burned it to the ground, and then what did I do? Marched to the sea, all the way to Savannah. What did I do along the way? 250 miles. What did I do along the way? Exactly right. Everything of military necessity, because I want to bring the South to its knees. Right? I wanted to war. To the war. Well, Madam Vicksburg, can I get your autograph? This is mine. Yes, you sure may. Hey, you're doing good. William Tecumseh Sherman. Remember, war is hell. War is hell. I am going to swap you and put this in my name. And there's your autograph sheets. Well done. Thank you. Let's see here. What we got? All right. We try both y'all at the same time. This will be good. This will be good. So, well, how about you first? Tell me about your support of the Kansas-Nebraska Act. You were born. You are something that led us, right? So Kansas and Nebraska, what was the deal with those two territories? Yeah. So that's the Missouri Compromise. What about Kansas and Nebraska? Right, quote words right there. Quotation words. Popular sovereignty, which means what? It means voting. Basically, they get to vote whether they're slaves. So Kansas and Nebraska, they both get to vote whether they're slaves. Which, you already said it, racism. So, help both of y'all out here. Kansas, Nebraska, he's voting. If you think voting is good,
Don't worry about the signature.
that's not good. That's the Kansas, Nebraska. Any questions? No, I can't talk at you. Any questions on it? Both of you, popular sovereignty. Okay? Oh, you got Gettysburg? I was at Gettysburg. Tell me about Gettysburg. Remember that when we went into the north.
Sit down.
Yeah, I remember that too. Who was the real loser at Gettysburg? Here I am. Yeah, how many? Lost a lot of men. How many? So I mean, imagine like 1, 2 dead. Right, 30 or more. That's a lot. How did the war go? How did the rest of the war go for me after that? Uphill or down? I mean, good or bad? Yeah, it's all downhill. It was all downhill from there. So that's pretty important. Me, Robert E. Lee, Gettysburg. Something about me. Yeah, I was actually in the United States. President Lincoln offered me to leave the Union already. What? What's taking my Virginia, that's right. I'm from Virginia, and Virginia went. Virginia seceded. So I also broke away from the United States Army, and I was with my state of Virginia, and that makes me. I was the leader of the Confederate Army. I was at Gettysburg, and then I was ultimately part of the surrender at which battle? Nope, the other 8. Appomattox, that's correct. That's correct. I surrendered 28,000 men, my whole army. Lady, can I get your autograph? I'm this guy now. Let's see here. This is my autograph sheet. Let me get yours.
1 year after Abraham Lincoln.
That's yours. All right, that's yours. And Kansas, Nebraska, I want to swap you out, actually. Swap you out with this. You're now that. I'm wearing a gray hat. Does anybody need to talk to the gray hat? Okay. Well, I'm Robert E. Lee, so that works. Tell me about yourself, the Confederacy.
How to check the bus that used to read your
That's got me. Yeah. Well, I had to because honestly, we just have fewer people. That's part of us is that we have fewer people. We have less resources. Less railroads is a big one. Yeah. So
We did have a lot of agriculture. Like we could send it.
some people think we could have fought the real war. Yeah. What's his name? U.S. Grant. Yeah. So I think clearly you understand that I was the leader of the Confederacy. And I surrendered Appomattox. And I just kind of caught off further. Well done. I'm not speaking straight off. Let me get you an autograph. You're already talking to me. It's all right. Who are you? Yeah, keep that one in the game. If you're starting to get repeats, or you don't have, if you need to swap out a card, you can come to me. I still have a couple I need to get in the game. Okay. I want to keep him in the game. I need to keep him in the game. Here, you know what? Check it out. I'm gonna give you guys a double. All right, check it out. You can be either or. Okay, either or. I'm giving some of y'all a duplicate or a second card. You can be either or. I need to get some more terms into the game. Okay.
I have this.
Oh no. I am President Grant, not General Grant. I'm not General Grant, I'm President.
Y'all keep walking around. You're supposed to get 30 autographs.
I'm in the military. I was General Grant. I became the 18th president.
I am available for conversation.
We're in the autograph. Second autograph. John, eight.
If you are just hanging out with your friend group, I need you to branch out into someone else. Chat with someone else.
Hi, I'm President Grant.
Tell your classmates.
I served 2 whole terms as a president. I became the 18th. Yeah, man, it's like a little man. We did one bigger, but we did. I like the country. As I continue to find conversation and rights,
Oh, yeah, you got it.
yeah, I did actually.
For that as well.
Most. As president. I fought against KKK.
Alright, you get a little tired of the acting, that's fine, just make sure you see these various cards. Make sure you get a chance to read and see these various cards.
Eating first name of Bob Black. Oh yeah. After like black people like that girl, they were citizens, but they were property not citizens.
We're gonna go 5 more minutes on the game, and I challenge you to get 3 more cards. 5 minutes, 3 cards. 5 minutes, 3 cards. You can do it. 5 minutes, 3 cards. Alright.
Hello, my name is Lee.
I know my name is
Who do I have Lincoln Center? Do you have Lincoln Center in our place?
You are.
You have a signal.
Yep, find a name you don't have yet. Find a name you don't have yet.
Come on, bro. You know what you like? Yeah, come on. Don't do me like that, bro.
I'm gonna say it, no, I don't know.
I already read that.
I'm not going to talk to you.
Would you like to talk to General Sherman? If you arrive at 30 autographs, well done. Go ahead and take a pause for a second. Got about 3 more minutes. Try to get 1 or 2 more. Try to get 1 or 2 more.
Second, twice, X. I not four. That's right.
Here, I'll save and tag this. I wasn't told you.
Sounds great.
All right, I'll take it up.
I only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It'll do. It'll do. Works.
12, 13, 14, 15. I did learn a lot here.
Good. That's what we're going for. All right, wrap up the one that you are on, and then bring me your card. I will take your card. Wrap up the one that you're on. No, keep your autograph. I'll take your card. Yeah, I'll take your manila folder. Thank you. Keep your autograph page. Keep your autograph page. Some of you are exhausted by being other characters. I like that, Blaze.
That's the best conversation. Good response. Me and Blaze had the best conversation the first time.
All right, bring me the manila folders. Am I missing some? I see the 14th Amendment or one of the amendments. The brown folders, whatever tabs you got right there. Yep, good.
Bro, you gave her Andrew Johnson and gave me Abraham Lincoln.
All right, keep your autograph page. From now on, keep your autograph page. Any more manila folders out there? Got one right here. All right, we're gonna leave the computers where they're at. We're gonna get the bathroom, but we're gonna come right back here. Okay, when you get the bathroom, you're gonna come right back here. So let's go do that. So some great conversations. Some of y'all really got into the character. Some of y'all said, I learned a lot. Exactly what I was going for.
Like my character?
Right.
Yeah. What?
Hi, honey.
Good job. Where's Marvin?
He's gonna make me talk.
Huh?
He's gonna make me talk.
That's it?
Cause I used to literally just walk up to him like, hey, how you doing? He comes up, like, he's so cute. He's adorable. I'm sorry, he's too weird. I'm telling you, he's a girl man. He's too wrong.
Yeah.
Smells like a dog food factory in this town.
That's not that good.
It's not even just that one, it's out over there.
All right, I have a treat for you. What would be, come on in, shut the computers, shut the computers. Come on in, I'm gonna ask you to grab a chair and kind of gather around the TV a little bit more than some of these tables are. And Gigi, you use this tabletop.
Hey, can I move that?
All right, come on in, ladies, grab your chair and just come a little closer. That's kind of like a long, maybe alley.
You'll be okay, you're a big boy. I hope you are.
All right. So, hey, you ready? Come on. What would be a trip to the theater without actually seeing a play? This is going to be, Logan, I'm really going to put my improv skills.
Can the fly be keeping around?
This is going to be, come on where you can see. Come on where you can see. This is the Civil War in 5 minutes. Let me get mine.
Can I do everything?
I need to have, thanks, sir. That has Civil War in 5 minutes. Places, everybody.
We're missing somebody. You'll never believe who.
Who we missing? Thea?
I'm on patrol.
Thank you. The Civil War in 5 minutes. Silence, quiet on the set. It's so dark. It's a dark and gloomy country when slaves are considered property, not people. I am Dred Scott, and my Supreme Court ruling determines that slaves are property, not citizens. This is not a country I want to live in. I agree. I'm John Brown, and I'm a radical abolitionist. And in fact, I will raid Harpers Ferry, Virginia, in order to make the point that slaves should be free. There is no difference in skin color or equality. I am John Brown. I am a rabid abolitionist. I will get my start in what is known as Bleeding, Kansas, but I will then move to Harpers Ferry, Virginia, where I'll be surrounded by the United States Army and executed for my crime. But to many, I make the point that we are going to have to go to war to solve this problem. I am a variety of compromises. I know it can be difficult to keep compromises straight in your brain. What you need to remember about all these different compromises is that it's all about balancing slave versus free. I know there's details in each of them, and it's hard to keep straight in your brain. But if you can remember that it's all about balancing slave versus free, that's the key to these compromises. And really, what have we arrived at? We have arrived at a sectioned country. What is that? What is that you say? Pegs. The differences in politics, the differences in the economy, the differences in geography, and of course, the slavery question. This is sectionalism. And what really takes us to the war is the election of 1860. Who becomes president? None other than Abraham Lincoln. Here's the deal. A lot of people thought this guy was going to abolish slavery outright. Probably not the case. He was not an outright abolitionist. But for some states, his election was enough to cause them to secede. We said, how do we get to the Civil War? Well, the question really is, how do you boil a frog? How do you boil a frog? Slowly. Turn up the heat a little bit at a time. All of these events walked us closer to the war. No one thing caused the war. All these events walked us closer to the war. So here we have now the Union and the Confederacy. The Union, what am I known for? Characteristics of the Union. More industry, more railroads, more people. And yes, the Union, of course, is the United States, the states that remain loyal to the Union. The Confederacy, on the other hand, or the rebelling states, the South, they lost, known for agriculture, known for fighting on their home territory, known for a lack of industry, a lack of railroads, and of course the side that has slavery. Now, cast of characters. General Ulysses S. Grant, the aggressive Union Army commander President Lincoln was always looking for. On the other hand, on the other side, General Robert E. Lee, a 30-year veteran of the United States Army, but leaves the United States Army because of my home state of Virginia. I followed Virginia into battle, and Virginia went with the Confederacy. This guy, he offered me command of the Union Army, but I decided to go with my home state of Virginia. Loser at Gettysburg, loser at Appomattox, General Robert E. Lee. This is the cast of characters of the Civil War, of course, none other than President Abraham Lincoln, elected in 1860, known for many different things, expanding powers of the presidency during the war, suspending the writ of habeas corpus, of course, also known as a good speaker, give two very famous speeches, the Gettysburg Address and my second inaugural address with the theme of unity. Right? Let's just heal the nation. Let's just come back together. So key takeaways from Abraham Lincoln. I'll put that back on your head. This guy, Jefferson Davis, the one and only president of the Confederacy, okay? The one and only president of the Southern rebelling states, captured in none other than Ocilla, Georgia, wearing a woman's dress. So Jefferson Davis, associating him with the presidency of...
That's Jeff Davis.
Yeah, and the namesake of Hazelhurst County seat, Jefferson Davis. Fort Sumter, first shots fired. A bombardment, a Confederate victory, the war is on. Antietam, the bloodiest single day in American history, but leads to the Emancipation Proclamation. All right, listen, I know we say it's the bloodiest day. We also got to associate it with leading to the Emancipation Proclamation. Emancipation Proclamation freed slaves where? In the rebelling states, giving a moral cause to the war, but is also largely sentimental. However, what were we hoping slaves would do? Escape from the South to the North. Because what was slavery to the South? What were slaves? Slavery, yeah. So it was a military necessity. The Emancipation Proclamation was a military necessity. This battle fought where? In the North. Yeah, it's Robert E. Lee invading the North, hoping to break the Northern morass, right? Oh, if they can fight in the North, maybe the Northerners will be like, just let them have what they want. That was the idea. However, Lee loses, and it becomes what? Known as what? Turning point battle. Happening at the same time, Vicksburg is associated with what geography? Mississippi. I said V, and you split the Confederacy in half at Vicksburg by capturing the Mississippi River. Lincoln called it the key to winning the war, Vicksburg. Some of y'all hung out with General William Tecumseh Sherman. We had a good chat, good conversation. We all live in Georgia. How is this guy connected to Georgia history? Well, first, what is he doing in the A? What is he doing in the ATL? Yeah, surrounds Atlanta, burns it to the ground, and then
He gave Lincoln a present.
marches to the sea and what? Gives Lincoln the city of Savannah as a Christmas present in December 1864. William Tecumseh Sherman. This one, known for what? Appomattox is the location of surrender. Robert E. Lee, some of y'all chatted with him, surrenders to Ulysses S. Grant at Appomattox. What's notable about these two from our man Lincoln? Two unity speeches, right? We could get into the details, the actual language of each of them, but the theme is unity. Let's heal. Let's come back together. We're going to see that as his Reconstruction attitude as well.
How do you tell them apart?
Good question. So she said, how do you tell them apart? I'll pause my skit for a second. Language in the speech is not, you're never going to have to answer a question based exclusively on the language. It's going to be like, based on Lincoln's two speeches, what was the theme of his presidency? Unifying the country, right? Now, how can you tell them apart? 77 years ago, that's the phrasing on Gettysburg Address. With malice towards none and charity towards all. That's the phrasing of the second inaugural address. But generally speaking, it's going to be, what was the theme of the speeches? Unity. Well, our man Lincoln catches a bullet to the brain and makes who the president? President Andrew Johnson. I received an autograph that said AJ, Andrew Johnson. Johnson was the accidental president. and he really just tries to follow what Lincoln already had set up for Reconstruction. However, he battles with radicals, and the Reconstruction takes a different turn known as radical Reconstruction. Presidential Reconstruction was going to be what? Strict or lenient? Lenient. Just come back to the Union. Radical Reconstruction, strict or lenient? Strict. Got to do a whole lot more, really based on punishing the South, also based on protecting the rights of recently freed men. Gives us birth to the triplets. I can't even hold three at the same time. The triplets. 3 Reconstruction amendments. States had to ratify in order to rejoin the Union. 13, 14, 15. How do we remember these? Good. Now this time all of you.
Free citizens vote.
Free citizens vote.
Free citizens vote.
You weren't even
Listen,
here, huh?
listen. Wink, wink.
Yeah, I wasn't here. What is this?
You need to know these 3 amendments.
What's the difference?
13, 14, 15. Freedom abolishes slavery. Citizenship overturns the Dred Scott case, makes all people citizens, not property. Vote. Free African American men get the right to vote. Not women yet. We're getting there. Free African American men get the right to vote. Let's distinguish between President Grant and General Grant. What does President Grant fight for?
For the Union. For the
Protection for now these freedmen, right? As a soldier, he fought for emancipation. As a president, he fights for their civil rights. Black codes is something the South was doing to what? Limit the ability to vote. And yeah,
Poll
there's
tax.
taxes and poll taxes. And finally, we're going to arrive at the conclusion here. How does Reconstruction end? A compromise of 1870. They should. Compromise of 1877. What was, now with the deal with the devil in Rutherford B. Hayes, but what moment, what action ended Reconstruction? Who left the South? Federal troops. Federal troops leaving the South is what we consider the end of Reconstruction. Claps for the free
Round of applause, please.
All right. Woo, I'm sweating already. Hey, I hope we enjoyed the funsy side of the review activity. Here's what we're going to do now. We still got 25 minutes. We're going to get nitty gritty on looking. So go ahead and get to your computer. Get to a computer, get to your computer.
Hold on, I want to ask this out real fast.
And what we're going to do is, go ahead and log into Looking.
You ready? You ready?
All right, for 7 minutes, I want us to play Factory. I do not want you to do any of the tricky things. Please don't flip the screen, spin the screen, change the colors, whatever. I just want you to practice these questions. This is the whole unit. Now, the reason I have you playing a game instead of just doing it individually is because the game saves the data for me. I can see the data, but I'm asking you, please don't flip the screen or do the twisty twist or all those weird hacks y'all do. Don't do that in this game. Just play the game for you, okay? Read the question. There's no need to go fast. It's not a game for speed. Read the question, embrace the answer. If you get it wrong, what's a good thing that comes out of that? Use the correct answer, yeah. So for 7 minutes,
Is this all Google Plus?
play the game. This is on Google. I mean, yeah, this is posted to Google Classroom. So this link is posted to Google Classroom. I posted it just yesterday. You can play it on your own. I checked it on my own phone. I checked it just last night to make sure it works. It does. Play says it does. I can tell some of you play because it actually counts how many plays have happened on my game, and it goes up incrementally, but it's not like dozens and dozens. So I know some of you are.
AJ.
The point here is, we take 7 minutes to study.
I was
After that 7 minutes, we will compete a little bit through the race.
I'm playing the bird game first.
How many am I looking for? 1, 2.
Who's AJ?
16.
AJ, that's you, right? AJ's that boss. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You typed in Riley. How about that?
Yesterday I was being injured, and then when you said the bonus point, and then it stopped. It was like,
Oh
I was being
I'll show you.